Hey guys, welcome to the garden for our week 5 full garden tour, I think. I really should look before I come out and shoot these, but I don't. So I think it's our week 5 full garden tour, which is crazy to me. I have been sick for like almost a week, so finally feeling a little better, still a little congested, you can probably hear it. But the garden is really starting to take off now and I'm really excited. It rained all morning here today and it has rained a couple other days this week too, which is wonderful. We desperately needed the rain. So that means that the garden has exploded with growth over literally the last like 3-4 days. I'm really expecting it to do it again over the next week because it just finished raining about half an hour ago and I grabbed the camera to come out. So we are going to do a little garden tour. I am wearing my muck boots again today because it is very muddy out here. I did plant a bunch of clover seeds and lay down some straw before I saw we had a few days of rain this week. So I'm hoping that the clover will take hold and kind of help eradicate the muddy situation I have going on out here right now. But for now, I'm just wearing my muck boots and taking them off and leaving them in the garage when I go in. So let's get this week 5 garden tour started. So I'm actually gonna start like here in this area because last week, was it last week? I don't know. It's been like a week and a half since I shot that video, but our squash is coming up and they're really starting to look like squash. This one, I can't remember which variety I put where, but this is the only one of these. So I don't know. I don't remember which variety I put where, because there's 3 right here and then there's 1, but I don't remember what I put, which one I put where. So anyway, we're gonna have some squash hopefully. And then I also came out a few days ago and planted a bunch of dill seeds like right here along the back edge of this cattle panel, and I don't see any quite yet, but the crabgrass is starting to creep back up, which is very annoying. But what is not annoying, well, okay, I'm starting to sink, okay. My beans that I planted on my cattle panel that I replanted are coming up nicely. So that's exciting. And if you look close, you can see my little clovers are starting to come up, which is very, very exciting. This rain we've had this week has really helped this clover, which is super awesome. And then let's see, let's look at the squash because they are starting to produce blossoms and vine. That's the delicata. The honey nut over here is starting to vine out. The cantaloupe over here has a bunch of flowers on it and is starting to vine. And then the watermelon, look at the watermelon. It's sending out a couple little vines, has some flowers. Very exciting. Okay, so let's go down in here because in here I planted, so these tall plants are bush beans that survived. But then I also planted some pole beans in here, so they're starting to come up. And then I also planted somewhere in here, it's right here, it got knocked over. I planted some Armenian yard-long cucumbers on each side of this panel. So I don't know why these are so close, but they are. So those are coming up. Pole beans coming up. They look pretty good. These bush beans, I don't know what variety these are, but yeah, they're here. They're here. Now, if we go back over here to the raised beds, sweet potato bed looks pretty good. I mean, honestly, It looked much worse. So it looks pretty decent right now. There's also like mushrooms in here, which is actually a good thing. If you see mushrooms in your soil, that means the soil is nice and healthy. I think it's probably because I mulched them with some straw. So these look okay. Definitely not where I wanted them to be, but they're still alive, so that's good. The potato bed is almost empty. I have like one big plant left, but I have been coming out and digging potatoes like for dinner and stuff. So we've eaten on this like 3 times now, and I have one more big plant left. I might leave it or I might dig it. I don't know. We'll see. So this bed is almost empty. The onion bed is empty except for the weeds that are in it. And this bed, I started pulling some shallots out. It's full of weeds, but there's a couple big basils in here. And then my carrots are really looking great. They're getting close to being able to be harvested. Oh, I just stepped into a tree and got wet. So I'm a little nervous to harvest these because they intimidate me, but they look really great from the top. I know that doesn't mean anything, but they look good. So, you know, the peppers, I missed those. These plants, talk about a comeback, you know? They don't look bad at all. They are setting fruit. The shishito plants are covered in shishito peppers. There's bell peppers. Now, I don't know what is what, except I know the shishitos from the bells, obviously. But, yeah, I mean, the plants look good. They're setting fruit. So, I mean, really, they're doing better than I thought they were. Or better than they were. So, you know, I'll take it. I'm going to go back over to the cucumbers because I have some that need picked. I'm trying to get over here and not sink. Okay, so before I show you my cucumbers, I need to tell you that I mislabeled, I think, all of them somehow. Because the one that is marked salt and pepper is definitely muncher. Okay. And then the one that is marked green dragon is definitely salt and pepper. So then I have Chinese snake and green dragon, but I'm not, they look similar when they grow. And so I haven't quite figured out which one is which yet. So yeah, I mixed up the tags. I don't know how I did that. Anyway, here are the plants and they look really, really good. I'm really happy with them. This one is taking over my corn here, my corn lawn ornament. I think this one might be Chinese snake, now that I look at it, because the leaves are like more pointy and the green dragon is not like that. So looks like there's one down there. Yeah, I think this might be Chinese snake because it's more mottled. The green dragon is not a mottled cucumber. I've grown the green dragon long enough that I know it when I see it, and this I think is a Chinese snake. So this is gonna come in with me. I definitely have cucumbers that need picked out here, so we're gonna do that also. So this one has, so you can see the different leaves of these two plants. This one is definitely a muncher cucumber, which is supposed to be picked smaller, but I haven't been doing that. So like this is how I usually have been picking them, is about this size, which makes it a good size. Like, oh goodness, yeah, there's a lot in here. Okay, we're gonna pick all of these. I really like this cucumber. I got the seeds from Baker Creek a few years ago, maybe 2 years ago, and I really like it. It's a very heavy producer, and there's no spines on it, so you don't have to worry about rubbing those off when you pick them, which is nice. Now the plants are like spiky, you know, just like a normal cucumber would be, but the cucumbers themselves do not have spikes, which is nice. There's one back here. Oh, there's two back here. This one's a little bit smaller. gonna go ahead and take it. And this one. So that's a pretty good harvest of cucumbers, and we're not done yet because we have 2 more plants to do. Because there are definitely some on this salt and pepper. So this is a salt and pepper cucumber. This is a new variety for me this year. This is from Johnny's. I got the seeds from Johnny's Seeds. It is an F1 hybrid, but this is honestly probably the best cucumber I've ever had in my life. I've just been picking them about this size and just eating them like an apple. They are so good. There's another one right here. The plant seems relatively healthy. There's a smaller one down here. I'll leave that one. I haven't really noticed like any sort of issues with it yet, so I don't know. But as of right now, I love this plant and I love the cucumber. This one must be the green dragon then, which is weird because the green dragon usually will take over a trellis really fast. But anyway, here they are, and here's what we picked. Pretty good haul. Okay, let's go over here because these cucamelons are a little bit ridiculous. They've started to take over the fence, and yeah, so I guess I underestimated how aggressive the vines are when I built this string trellis, but you know, it's whatever. They're also over like the gate, but I don't have any ready to pick yet, and I'm not really sure why. I mean, like they're growing, I think, but yeah, so hopefully pretty soon I'll have some cucamelons. Hopefully by the next time I shoot a garden tour, I'll be picking cucamelons. Before I show you the tomatoes, let me preface this by saying this area of the garden literally looks like a jungle, and it's a mess. I did come out last night and pull up a lot of creeping Charlie and weeds from around the tomatoes, but it's still not great. But that's okay. That's who I am. I like to keep it real with you guys, so I will show you my messy garden and make you feel a little bit better about yours. So here she is, down my main tomato row. I think, so these are 2 Abe Lincolns, and the plants are really scrawny, but I think that these may be getting ready to blush. They're starting to look like it. The rest of the plants look pretty decent. This, what is this? Amana Orange is huge and has a bunch of really nice large tomatoes on it. And then we have Delicious down here, which these plants are a little, I don't know, spindly, but they have big tomatoes on them. And then down here we have Orange Kentucky Beefsteak, which again, a little bit spindly, but that's okay. Over here we have our Aunt Ruby's German greens, and they look pretty good. They have set fruit, which is good. Over here in this area, this is the crazy area. So this plant right here, let me go around it. This is my carbon, and it has the most tomatoes on it of any plant in the garden, and I am so excited because this tomato is so good. My basils have been absolutely decimated by these Japanese beetles. I usually come out with like a cup of soapy water and drown them, but it just rained, so I don't have that out here with me right now. But I've been trying to keep them, you know, contained as much as possible. But eggplants surprisingly made a comeback, and look at this little eggplant, and there's another one down here, another little baby. So that's exciting. I thought I was gonna lose some of these. The cherry tomatoes, so these honestly look pretty good. They're starting to set more flowers and more fruit. which is awesome. Like, look at these. This is the Blonde Girl cherry, and it does multiflora clusters, and like, they're crazy, and I love them. The Sun Gold over here, I see, has a couple ripe ones, and I just dropped that one. So that's exciting. I'm sinking in a hole. These tomatoes on the A-frame look okay. The other cherries that are over here, this is the black cherry, and as you can see, the leaves are really curled, but it's setting more flowers, so I'm not really sure what its deal is, but it's here. Okay, I'm gonna go back over here. The beans I have on this arched panel are starting to climb, so I don't know. I don't think we're gonna have a complete coverage of this year, but it's okay. My Mexican red torch sunflower is blooming, and it is beautiful. And my candy striped zinnia is still hanging in there. It's getting ready to open another flower. So, yeah, here she is in all her glory. The sunflowers are still kicking. They look pretty good. I really am loving these. I think these are the Italian white, the little ones. It's these same ones that are right here. They're kind of bushy, and I like that. So that's the week whatever 5 garden tour. I did yesterday come out and plant, like here in this dirt, I planted a bunch of bush beans, like probably 50 seeds. So we'll see if those come up. If they do, that'll be a great way just to get like some quick food and to also help clean that soil a little bit. So that is the garden tour. Hopefully I can get back out here some more this weekend. It's supposed to be really nice this weekend, not rainy and 100 degrees like it has been this week. So get some more stuff shot and get some more things going out here. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.